The alien is here!
The ghost girl!
Why is she so white? She looks like a chalk. She's a white witch. That's why.
Maybe she's from another planet.
Yes! She's not one of us. She's a spirit.
Scholar was different from the very day she was born. Her skin was white as snow. Her hair was golden like sunlight. Her eyes were light gray like clouds before a gentle rain. Even her lashes were almost invisible. Scholar was an albino, a word she barely understood when she was younger, but one that had come to define her entire life. At 12 years old, her uniqueness often felt more like a curse than a blessing. In her small town where everyone else had dark brown skin and dark eyes, Scholar stood out, and not in a good way. The children pointed at her in the streets. Adults stared for long. Whispers followed her wherever she went. Many people said she looked strange. Some said she looked magical, but to most children, she looked wrong. Some laughed behind her and some even ran away saying she looked scary. At just 12 years old, Scholar had learned something painful: being different was dangerous. At just 12, she already carried a loneliness that most people never felt their whole lives. Every morning, Scholar's heart grew heavy as she dressed up for school. Her reflection in the mirror stared back at her, the girl who didn't fit in. Tears would fill her eyes.
Do I really have to go today?
She would ask in a small voice. Her mother would gently tuck her hair behind her ear and say,
My precious star, shine bright today.
Her father would kiss her forehead, whispering,
You are stronger than they know.
But no amount of love at home could shield her from what waited at school. School was always a battlefield. The moment Scholar entered the gate, a mockery and cruel loud whispers filled the air.
The alien is here!
The ghost girl!
Why is she so white? She looks like a chalk. She's a white witch. That's why.
Maybe she's from another planet.
Yes! She's not one of us. She's a spirit.
Scholar kept her head down, pretending not to hear. But deep inside, every cruel word felt like a stone thrown at her heart. She wished she could disappear. In the class, she sat at the very back, trying to make herself as small as possible. Whenever she wasn't in class or in school yet, her classmates would scratch her desk with ugly and mockery